everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what is up, chat? How are we doing? Welcome back. It is Wednesday, June 4th. June 4th. Wednesday, June 4th, and we are here to talk about... Why's the camera bent? Or is my monitor bent? Huh. I never realized my monitor on an angle? I never thought about that. Maybe my monitor is on an angle, or maybe the webcam is tilted. Whatever. We'll have to figure that out later. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you had a nice green day on the market. There were awesome opportunities out there today. Still got some earnings movers. Still got some earnings baskets. So hopefully you were able to make $1 or $2. I'm your host, TraderPrad, over here. I usually talk about the trades that I pulled off on the day, being the day trader that I am. Some of the stocks that I'm looking at on the swing side. Some of the stocks that might be interesting for the day trade also for tomorrow. The hot movers and the hot shakers. So if you guys are interested in any symbol that you want me to take a look at, feel free to throw it in the chat and I will gladly pull it up. For those who are new, I doubt there are any new viewers, but for those of you who are new, I usually start with talking about my trades on the day, and then we go through some of the hot movers on the day, and then we see if there's any other extra stuff that we want to pick up. But today, we already know that there is some extra stuff that we have to look at, because we saw that there's IPOs coming out from starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow we have an IPO, and then the rest of the week, or I think actually next week, we have some more IPOs coming out. So why don't we actually start with looking at the IPO. Actually, you know what? Let's start with looking at my trades on the day. And then we'll start off with the IPO, and then we'll go through the earnings baskets and the other stocks. So let's actually go do that today, which means time to go to the full screen. Let's go, baby. Time to go to the full screen, show you guys my awesome trades that I was lucky enough to pull off on the day today. So starting with Zscaler. Only really 2 trades to show today. I had a couple other stocks that I traded, but they were pretty much nothing burger trades. They were break-even trades, flat exits. So the only 2 trades that I put some effort into, the one that was a winner and the one that was a loser. So showcasing both of them to you guys to maybe, maybe you understand how to better trade these opportunities next time they show up, or maybe you learn from my mistakes overall. Zscaler, yesterday we were talking about looking for that failed break of 300. Well, it wasn't really a failed break until much later on in the day, but it kind of gave me what I was looking for. You had a range over here between $303 to $300 flat, and then between that range you had somewhere right here at 301. So I tried to get fancy. I took the 301 break looking to anticipate a move below 300 right here, and was looking to see if the stock would start holding below 300. The way it held below 300 this way, I was expecting to see if the stock would stay below 300, continued somewhere down here for a bigger move down, but sadly didn't really do that. So taking a quick loss right away. Honestly, this loss could have been much quicker. It's a day trade, so I don't know why I'm giving it that big of a risk to begin with. So this could have been cut a little bit quicker, but a loss nonetheless. Later on, getting back in for small size and then turning it into a legitimate trade when what I want to see actually plays out. So you can see how afterwards it's actually holding below 300. You can see how sellers are moving their orders lower. Visually, you can't really see them moving if you're not using tape or time of sales or level 2 or whatever. But if you're watching the chart, the fact that the stock is now holding horizontally below VWAP, horizontally at a much lower price than previously it was holding under, showing you that sellers are basically moving orders lower and buyers are ready to get cracked. So giving me exactly what I was looking for. A nice pop back into the 300 area, not able to get above 300, then taking that break of 299, which is again a minor range over here, smaller range than the original range. So taking that breakdown and then taking some profits in front of yesterday's high, but that consolidation over here was a little too long for my liking, so taking some more profits, and then the stock does manage to pull back into 299, which was the 21 EMA on the 5-minute. So it pulls back into the 21 EMA on the 5-minute, and it's not able to have any follow through to the upside. At this time of the day though, I was kind of having an argument with my manager, so I was really tilted and pissed off. So at that point I said, screw it, fuck this, I don't want to manage any positions, I don't want to be in a trade anymore, I'm really tilted. So I just said, fuck this, I'll close the position. And honestly, that was probably the worst thing I could have done, because that could have given me a little bit more money. I think at the end of the day, Zscaler did push a little bit lower, all the way into 296, and I closed it right here. So I would have been able to make another good 20 bucks per share, maybe another $1.50 per share. So did I say 20? Another $2 per share, another $1.50 per share. So it would have been nice to hold that size, especially after holding it for how long I did. But I was tilted because my manager was reviewing my trades and we were getting into an argument about Dollar Tree. So let's talk about, oh baby, look who's in the chat. We are blessed with the man himself, Real Simple Ariel's in the chat. By the way, that is the person I talk about on stream every time at the end of the stream with you guys. For those of you who are wondering, who is this Real Simple Ariel guy that Prad always promotes at the end of the day? What did he say, sir? People don't have losses on FinTwit. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm not a guru, I'm not a furu, I'm just a loser trying to act like I can know how to trade and trying to make a buck here or there. So thankfully, I am allowed to have losers. A loser can have losers. It's just if you are on FinTwit. Obviously, the hidden rule is you don't post losers. We all make money nonstop, and we all drive Lambos, and we all have, you know, $30 million, maybe not $30 million watches are a little crazy to talk about, but at least you gotta have, at the very least, a $500,000 Richard Mille on your wrist. Or are you even a trader? Like, are you even a FinTwit guru at that point? Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, if you guys want to join myself and Real Simple Ariel, where we trade, or he calls out, and we are a bunch of disciples sitting in the Discord room praying to Ariel and listening to his beautiful call outs, his thinking about the market overall. Make sure to go check out this link right here in my Linktree page. I'll actually post it in the chats for those of you interested. Go check out that link. Join us on Discord. Okay, starting with my trades on the day. I guess we were talking about my trades, which was Zscaler, taking a little bit of a win on Zscaler, but sadly the sizing on Zscaler was a lot less compared to Dollar Tree, which I thought was my best trade, or I thought could have been my best trade of the day, and hence I paid a little bit more attention and tried to make something out of it. So what happened here on Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree reported earnings. They actually gapped up yesterday with the Dollar General reporting earnings, but today, after reporting their earnings, they got absolutely slammed to the downside. They are below, I think right here at 89.50 or so was last week's low. We are holding below last week's low. You get a almost picture perfect opening range breakout setup right here, as now sellers are pulling down to the south side, and there is a buyer, and the buyer is looking like they're about to get cracked. So focusing on all the variables that I had on hand over here, I did get the breakout and I got the move too, but I guess I was a little too greedy on this move for Dollar Tree, you know, I was $1 in the money. I didn't take profits at all. I let it come back to me. I turned a winner into a loser, and then on this pop, there was a pop into like what, $87.50, $88, so almost back to my break even slash in the negative a little bit. But as soon as that pop happens, that pop gets matched with instant selling, and the stock gets sold off so hard on the tape that I'm like, oh wow, so this is actually the trade, because you know, sellers are in this area and they are being aggressive. On any pop, they're willing to offload more size. On that case, you know, I want to take more size. Sadly, that little sell-off instantly gets matched with more buyers, and we start to pop higher. So I take some losses, and I'm still trying to read the tape, and the tape is still showing me you know, there is selling, but at the same time there's still buying. We are able to see the selling come in, but instantly the buying gets matched right away with the selling, and maybe even outweighing it, because that's how you get this type of a move back up. So the selling matches the outweighing, sadly, and then once I see that, hey, things are actually not in my favor, they're against my favor, the tape is telling me something completely different compared to what the chart was telling me at one point. The chart was telling me, hey, the stock could have a bigger move down, but then the tape around this area was basically trapping me and saying, you know, there could be a chance, but we need to try. And eventually they failed. The sellers failed, the buyers won, and then a move back higher on the stock. Sadly, too much size here, getting beat up, and not enough size on Zscaler in this area, which would have been a monster trade. The trade that I actually planned for yesterday on stream. So multiple reasons to why you know, Zscaler should have been more risk, and multiple reasons why Zscaler should have been you know, higher priority than Dollar Tree. But sometimes you make bad decisions, you make bad trades. My manager, even though he was mad at me on this position, he was more so mad about how I traded in this area, with the constant back and forth in this area, and more so about how I did not take any profits at all on the dollar per share move to the downside. I recognize I was greedy, but I also recognize that if I had taken, let's say, the 5-minute bar trail, that would basically be back at 86.50. So if I took the 5-minute bar trail, 86.50, I would then also be getting yelled at by my manager had this trade actually done this. Had it done this, I would still be getting yelled at for using the 5-minute trail. And then, it's another argument over there. So I feel like it's just nonstop arguments at this point. It's a little bit of a headache, honestly, but overall I'm happy with what I did. I think focusing on the variables on this stock, focusing on how it's set up into it, how it was actually yesterday, the day before, popping higher off of sympathy and then off of its own merit, it's getting sold off and it's getting below last week's low. It's holding below last week's low for a possible opening range breakout. On the pop on 5-minute, it's finding selling on the 9 EMA. This right here, I have seen many times this go like this. So I am very okay with what I did in this area. There are a couple things that I could have done differently, but honestly, I'm very okay with what I did here. Granted, my manager does not agree with it, and even if he's watching this, he's probably still calling me an idiot and a moron for not agreeing with him. Sometimes I just have to say, yeah, you're right, and just walk away from it because he does not want to agree with my mentality. So yeah, he's made more money, but over here, I think, I've seen these patterns multiple times where the stock goes like this, and me doing the little battle I did over here, I'm not too upset about it at all. I think he was more so upset that with the amount of size I had, I could not give it to VWAP, because had the stock gone to VWAP and then done this, I would have been a little tilted for sure, and me not being able to cover that scenario is probably why he was a little mad about. But had it actually done that, I would have just got back in. So I don't give a shit. I'm gonna stick to my trade idea, and I'm gonna stick to my setup that I think I applied on this position. Sadly, you win some, you lose some. Okay, you don't 100% win opening range breakouts. I don't think you even win 50% of opening range breakouts. And Ariel actually mentioned something very good today. If you're trying to trade breakouts at the moment on the daily chart, on the swing setups, breakouts are not really working at the moment. For example, IBIT. What was another good breakout that broke out but didn't really work out for you? Maybe Palantir, right? So breakouts aren't really working at the moment for you. There are some examples where breakouts are working. Robinhood here was a good breakout. Here's another breakout. AVGO was another one. So there are some examples, but most of them are not really working at the moment, and that could also be the same thing for day trade. So breakdowns, breakouts aren't really working, so you may have to finesse the position a little bit. Just something to keep an eye out for, especially if you're swing trading like me these days. Okay, that is my trades on the day. Let's go talk about the stocks that are interesting for tomorrow. Where is my watch list? There you are. I have so many damn screens. I'm losing myself over here in the amount of screens I have open. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have a 5th screen back here that I can't even use, but it's still connected. But it's not on. It's not on at all. Bro, in everyone's DMs. Why are you in everyone's DMs, Katarino? Hold up, chat. I gotta read this. Okay, I gotta find out what this is and read it later. Okay, this is the IPO. Sorry, this is the watch list for tomorrow, and the first name on the watch list up there is an IPO. So let's pull over my handy dandy tool, stockanalysis.com, and find out what this IPO even does. I thought Circle was a messaging platform application, but no, it's actually a stable coin, a USDC financial system provider. I don't even know how you explain this company. Capital markets, financial sector, 900 employees, IPOing tomorrow, founded in 2013. And if we just continue reading over here real quick, Circle Internet Group operates one of the largest and most widely used stablecoin networks in the world. I have no clue about it. Don't ask me what they do, because I am not in the cryptocurrency market and the crypto worlds at all. I have no clue what half of these worlds even mean. Stablecoin, I'm guessing, is what Bitcoin overall. So don't ask me what the heck any of these means. I'm just reading what the company description is. Anchored around USDC, our US dollar denominated payment stablecoin, our suite of stablecoins and related products together provide a network utility and application platform for a wide range of organizations to benefit from stablecoins and the new internet financial system. Through our partners and our broader ecosystem that supports and integrates into Circle stable networks, we touch more than 600 million users around the world. While we do not provide direct service to individuals other than by redeeming USDC and EURC, in our roles as the redeemer of last resort, the Circle stablecoin network is one of the most widely used on the internet as of March 28, Really? Okay. USDC has been, I don't know if they're bullshitting me by saying that, but okay. USDC has been used more than $25 trillion on chain. That we know for a fact. So Circle, pretty decent IPO for sure. A lot of Bitcoin monkeys, a lot of crypto monkeys are going to be watching this name as it IPOs tomorrow. Market cap around $6 billion. Enterprise value negative $38 billion. Gotta love seeing that. PE ratio, they actually have a PE. 38 PE is not bad. I was expecting of not having a PE because they don't make any money, but no, they actually make profits. Okay, profit margin, gross margin, not bad. How much in debt are you? Where's your debt? So not much in debt at all. 40 million in debt and 44 million in cash on hand. You know, that's kind of nuts. Earnings per share of 71 cents. This is actually not a bad numbers over here. I'm not seeing bad numbers at all. 87% growth, 87.87. Yeah, right. Anyways, 87.87% growth from 2022 to 2023. From 2023 to 2024, however, only 15% growth. So big drop off on the growth status, but still growing nevertheless. And it's a profitable company. I mean, it's hard to hate a company, no matter how much they're in the cryptocurrency side of the world. It's hard to hate a company when they're making profits and they're growing. So shout out to Circle. Might be an interesting IPO to keep a watch on tomorrow. What price range are you guys expecting to open at? $27 to $28. I don't really need to save all that information anymore. So $27, $28. I think one IPO to kind of correlate this with could just be Coinbase. And I'm not saying it's going to trade exactly like Coinbase. Coinbase, if I remember, IPO'd at $400. And it went up to like $420, $460 or something crazy. I remember trading IPO of Coinbase. It was a nuts day. Monster day for all of us at the old trading floor that I was at. But the Circle, I'm not saying it's going to play out exactly like that, but I think it's going to be one of the more hyped up IPOs that we've been waiting to come out recently. I think there was a big one that got canceled not too long ago, and then this one, I'm trying to remember what other big IPOs were there recently. There were some IPOs that we were excited to trade. Amer Sports was a recent IPO. That one we were excited to trade, but not anything in the crypto world. So I guess, you know, the only thing I can relate this to is Robinhood, which is a pretty old IPO. Coinbase is a pretty old IPO, but Robinhood is you know, a little bit not just crypto. It's trading and crypto. It's stock market and crypto, right? And financials too. I'm pretty sure they're trying to turn it into like a bank where you can pay for stuff using Robinhood if you can't already. I'm pretty sure you can. Don't quote me. I'm in Canada. I don't know exactly how Robinhood or what Robinhood provides and what they don't. But if I remember correctly, you can buy and pay for stuff using your Robinhood account. I can't remember. Anyway, Circle, one of the more hyped up IPOs of this month. We got a couple more IPOs. For example, Chime Financial on the 12th of June. We actually got two on the 12th of June and one on the 11th. So some IPOs over here to keep an eye out for, and obviously your boy Prad will keep you up to date. Make sure you pull into the stream, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we will get you locked and loaded. Ideally, I'm looking for Circle to open somewhere into the 30s, somewhere into $35, and then show me a big bid or a big offer to play off of, and then we can simply read the tape and play the chart. Very, very simple setups on Circle. For anyone who day trades and actually knows how to read the tape, you will have a blast trading Circle. Hopefully there is enough liquidity. I am expecting good liquidity on this name for sure. Now that we talked about the IPO and done a little bit of research on it, we can head down through the list of stocks on the earnings board, starting with MongoDB. MongoDB reporting earnings today, and if I remember correctly, jumping around 15% or so to the north side. So let's go find out why exactly. 549 versus 528 beat. $1 per share versus 66 cents per share. That's a monster beat. Total revenue jumped by 22% year over year. Revenue increased by 22% and service revenue grew by 28%. Company said it added 2,600 customers. Sorry, let me say that again. Company added 2,600 customers in the quarter, bringing its total customers count to 57,100. MongoDB generated free cash flow of 105.9 million during the period, leaving them with 2.5 billion in cash and equivalents. Off to a great start. Looking ahead, we see incredible opportunity. Approved an additional 800 million for a share repurchase program, all the way up to $1 billion now, bringing it up to $1 billion. Guidance, this is the important part. Expect second quarter to be 548 to 553 versus 549. So pretty much the expectations is you can just say that's the low end, and the high end is quite a bit, or not quite a bit, a little bit higher than the expectations. So that's pretty good. The company also said the second quarter adjusted earnings of 62 to 66 versus 59. So that's a pretty good up guide also compared to the estimates. So estimates 59, they're giving you 62 to 66. Mamma mia. MongoDB raises outlook. Company expects full year revenue 2.25 to 2.29 versus 2.24. Oh, did they raise it? They raised it. Okay. 2.25 to 2.29 from prior guidance of 2.24 to 2.28. Okay, not by much, but you did raise it a little bit. Fine. MongoDB expects full year adjusted earnings to be between 2.94 to 3.12, up from previous 2.4 to 2.62. So it looks like the trend from this earnings report, which is $1 per share profit compared to 66 cents, that's gonna continue for the next quarter and for the full year. They're doing something a little bit different where they're making a little bit more money. So shout out to them. Always a good thing. That's great for investors, right? So they're making a little bit more money over there, up from previous forecast 2.4 to 2.62. So monster move up. According to Benzinga Pro, forecast analyst full year 2.28 and 2.60. Gotcha. MongoDB will host a conference at 5 p.m. and I'm guessing the conference didn't really move the stock too much, because when I checked the stock, it was already into the high of the after hour range over here, and we're still in that very same zone still. This could be one of the money trade opportunities tomorrow. So watching without a doubt, MongoDB now basically getting above the most recent range high and looking solid above it. Sadly, I think we are back into the 200-day moving average. Are we? Oh, we're still a little bit below it. So that does make it a little bit better, honestly, if you ask me. The fact that the 200-day moving average is somewhere up here, that means taking a breakout somewhere in this area is still possible, but I will not be surprised if the stock is somewhere in this area tomorrow, in which case taking that breakout might be a whole different story, because then you're way too close to the 200-day moving average. So it's all depends on how the stock sets up in the pre-market. I mean, that's basically the story for every stock that we trade, right? You know, we're making assumptions and putting some lines and some trade idea creations, or we're creating some trade ideas, but at the end of the day we have to readjust to all of those ideas based on how pre-market action is setting up. So hopefully you guys are doing that too if you're watching these streams, and not just randomly listening to my callouts and following them blindly. Although if you did do that, you would be making a good chunk of money so far. A good chunk of money. So MongoDB, good growth, good EPS, raised, all things check mark, basically. All check marks across the book for me. On dips tomorrow, I'm interested to see how that would be an opportunity. If we are already above 230, 231, then pre-market, I want to see a dip and hold above 230 for a long opportunity. Ideally, a dip and hold instead of looking for the breakout, because the stock would be, in my opinion, way too close to the 200-day moving average if it is above 230. If it's this way, it would just be way too close to the 200-day moving average looking for the breakout. So I would much rather just get in on the dips on that one. High priority name nevertheless. PVH. I think this is a clothing company, a clothing store, or they own a bunch of clothing companies. Under the 200-day moving average and continuing to be weak off the earnings report. That's basically all you really need to know on this name. Sadly, you would be going into inclining 50 moving average. I also want to be checking for what the PE is for MongoDB. Also for no PE for MongoDB, even though they make $1, and forward PE is 59. Okay. What was the stock we were just looking at? PVH, no PE, I'm pretty sure. Oh, 7 PE. Okay, pretty cheap company then. 7 PE in the green, but the earnings report, which seems to be a beat, however, the market not liking it, and they are dropping it back. $74 right into the 50-day moving average. So ideally, you know, the stock is weak below 74 tomorrow, so we can get a bigger trade down. But that is what needs to play out for me to look for that short. You get the fuck out of here. It needs to be somewhere in this area for me to look short below 74. If it's not below 74, then I just simply don't really care to trade this name. So let me just put 74 as a support. If stock below 74, could look for shorts, otherwise don't care to trade at all. MongoDB would like to take 230 breakout, but if stock above it in pre, only look for dips to get long. Inflection resistance 245. PVH, lower tier priority. Next, FIVE, another name reporting earnings, and if I remember correctly, no, I don't remember correctly. I thought 5 was at closer to all-time high than where it is right now. It's not. It's pretty meh. Let's go see what the after-hour move is. Looks like the after-hour move is pretty meh too. It did drop first and then move right back up, so that is at least a little bit bullish compared to the original drop. And we are above a new 52-week high after that report, so I guess not a bad sign. If we are above 123 tomorrow on any sort of run up or any sort of a pullback, sorry, then I guess that is a no-brainer long on 5 below. I don't even need to read read the earnings report over here. Simple chart, simple mechanics. I need to see the stock above the previous resistance highs, which it is doing right now. I need to see it above the 52-week high if this report is good. If the report's not good, then it doesn't deserve to be above the 52-week high, and it will automatically pull back itself. So very simple logic. If the buyers are coming in and supporting the stock above $123 tomorrow, I'm okay with looking along on this one. But if 123 ends up turning as a rejection, ends up turning as a move back down, then that's possibly a short there, but I don't think I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that one at all. I much rather look for stocks in new ranges, because FIVE getting back below 123 only takes it back into yesterday's range, last week's range, this week's range. I don't want to fight those ranges. I don't really care about those ranges at all. But if we are above 123, that's a new 52-week high. That's a range that we haven't traded in for 52 goddamn weeks. So I'm interested on that type of action. 123 and above, or don't give a fuck. Here's a name I really care about for tomorrow. Care so much about it that I bought some on my swing account right at $4.50. Obviously, I would have loved to buy this name at $3.50, because that's where I've been telling you guys to buy this name. $3.50 and risking somewhere around $2, or even risking a move back below the 200-day moving average, and then you can always come back in if you want, right? You don't have to hold positions against you so far, especially when it's a $2, $3 name. So potentially even taking a loss below $3 and then coming back in if you want. So that was the idea. Sadly, I missed out on my own idea, and my second idea was to look for the $4 breakout. I missed out on that too, because I did not know that they were reporting today until it was too late. So I did eventually find out that they were reporting. I read their report. I like their report. It's their first positive report in a very long time, or ever. First positive report ever, and that's a good thing. This is basically a company that sends satellites to the space. They have a bunch of partnerships with Google Maps. I'm pretty sure, for example, these games that I play, World Guesser, right? These games that I've been playing is because of well, maybe not, because Google car, there is that Google car that goes around and images the streets and so on, but there is actual imaging from satellites that PL does, that Google Maps and military and even traders like, for example, Ray Dalio has previously talked about how he used satellites to image how high the oil tanker's ceiling was compared to the actual height of the oil tanker itself, because those ceilings raise up and down based on the volume of liquid or oil that's in the container. So if these container ceilings are a lot lower than the actual height of the container, that means less oil was being stored in them. They did this type of a research to find out if they wanted to go long on oil or short on oil, and they were able to print a lot of money that way. So image satellites and so on, they spent a lot of money it takes a lot of money to get to space, obviously. So they spent a lot of money getting to space, and now they don't need to spend a lot of money to space. Now they just need to make contracts, make deals, and just make money. So now that they're about to turn the corner, that 450 pop is beautiful. I would not be surprised if the stock is at $5 or higher tomorrow. And this might be a name to really hold on for the future, because I could see it going much higher if they're finally making some money over here. Let's see the stock start doing what they do itself, which is sending satellites to space. Let's see the stock go to space. I would absolutely love it. So buying some at 450. As for a day trade, I mean, very simple. I need to see the stock above 450 tomorrow, and if we're pushing into 5, some sort of a breakout pattern into 5 is also would be interesting for me to keep an eye out for. So PL, without a doubt, high priority for both day trade and swing trade. Sadly, I think that's where we end for stocks that report earnings. Let's quickly go through the pre-market names for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I care about any of these names. Maybe Victoria's Secret, VSCO. Let's see, Victoria's Secret, where are you currently at? Yeah, let's see how they report in the pre-market. If they pop up in pre-market and show you a big gap up, then maybe it's worth keeping an eye on, or a big gap down, then maybe it's worth keeping an eye on. If it's in this range, then I'm potentially not looking at Victoria's Secret at all. So that's basically the names that reported earnings, or IPO, that's worth keeping an eye out for. Some other names that reported earnings today, pre-market / this week / last week, that are worth keeping an eye out for is CrowdStrike. We also have HPE, Guardwire, so some good names that reported today. HPE, I thought it would hold above 18, but remember what I said yesterday, the stock needs to stay above 18 for me to look long, and that it did not. It did not stay above 18, so easy trade. You just stay away from it. You don't need to execute. Tomorrow, let's see the stock get above 18. That makes it a little bit more bullish. CRDO, wow, what a bounce on CRDO. It basically did what I said I want to see the stock do, which is bounce from today's low. Awesome. Sadly, I was not keeping an eye on this name today at all, which means I missed out on this move to the upside. I was interested to buy CRDO for the swing account, but maybe we just missed that train a little bit. Elf Beauty, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to see on Elf Beauty. The 5-day moving average catching up, and the stock now getting back above the midpoint of the earnings candle. Once we see buyers stepping above the midpoint of the earnings candle, right around 15 bucks, I think that long and risking the earnings day low is for sure something to keep an eye out for. I wouldn't be upset if the stock flagged a little bit more, nice tight flag, and you get that explosive move to the upside on ELF. So ELF, I might actually even take a look at the stock right now in the after hours, in the extended hours, and just see if I want to slap the buy right now, or maybe I can throw in, where is the stock trading at? 117? Yeah, right. Maybe I'll wait for a pullback tomorrow and throw an order at 115. Where is the stock trading at? ELF. I'm not buying it at 117. Get the fuck out of here. I'll wait for 115 to come back into play, but watch 115 now not come back into play, and the stock is breaking out of 120, and me haggling for $2, I end up missing on a move that goes into what, $30, $40, $50 higher. So this is gonna be an absolute shit show with me missing that. I can't wait for it. So maybe I need to set a higher alert over here, set an alert of some sort to keep an eye on this name for the swing account. For a swing account, keep an eye for the 115 area to buy. Most likely not getting that buy tomorrow for sure. I can see the stock going higher. Box still going higher, but the bars are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So potentially very soon we're gonna see that reversal opportunity coming into play, where a short opportunity will give you a little bit of a pullback to capitalize on the day trade. So still watching how this stock sets up going into that. APLD, maybe the only name that we really need to care about for tomorrow. Look at the stock going crazy. So expecting first red day coming in. There is some sort of an after hour catalyst about CoreWeave and how much position CoreWeave owns about APLD, so that gave the stock a little bit more pump in the after hours. Now we're at $15 in the after hours. Wouldn't be surprised if the stock has got down $20 tomorrow in pre-market, and we have to deal with how the stock reacts to $20. I told you guys to buy $9, okay, $9.30, $9.50. I told you guys to buy that area, and if you listen to me, you're now watching the stock at $13. Sadly, I didn't listen to you because I wanted another day of holding here. But I did tell you exactly what would happen, right? It said I could easily see the stock going higher, and it did exactly that. So pains me to see things like this, but hey, You win some, you miss some, you lose some. And this one is in the missed basket, but however, on the day trading basket, this is too far up too quick, and I don't think this is sustainable. So for tomorrow, day trade APLD, a pretty high priority. Dollar General is more for the swing accounts. Let me just see how Dollar General is doing. Good. Dollar General doing a little bit like APLD, but it's not gonna move like APLD. This is the boomer name, so be careful buying Dollar General and expecting it to do what APLD did, but it's kind of doing exactly similar pattern over there. Robinhood, Palantir, the fan favorites, always on watch. No real clear outline play over there for me to talk about for you. It's going to be the simple 5-minute patterns, your bull flags, your VWAP, your VWAP continuations, and so on. So just got to keep an eye out for those type of crazinesses on or those type of patterns on your fan favorites, Hood, Palantir, ABGO, and so on. No real plan in the sand for me to talk about. ASTS, they just want to keep popping this name higher and higher, so another pop on ASTS today. For sure gonna keep an eye on this one. RDW, I bought some of this near 1666. That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. 616.66, so 666 is exactly where I bought some shares today on the swing account, and I'm expecting this to go higher. The catalyst is a little bit of a joke if you ask me, but it's still a catalyst that I like quite a bit. So if this one starts to go higher tomorrow for the swing, for the day trade, worth keeping an eye on. The catalyst is honestly, they are approved by NASA or NASA, however you want to put it. They're approved by them to build on the moon and on the Mars. The Mars part is a joke, but on the moon it makes sense. So Redwire, they got approved. I think they had some sort of a demo, and they like what they see, so they approved it. And the stock is obviously for the swing and the day trade. Watching this one, it's already added to the swing, but I'm gonna watch it for the day trade too. Couple other names here: Guardwire, DG. I don't think I'm gonna be buying DG for the swing account, but yeah, maybe I'll keep an eye out for the swing account. I'll keep an eye on it. But for the day trade, you know, the basic movers that we have seen moving already: CRDO, CR CoreWeave, CRWV. God damn, I couldn't remember the last two tickers over there. Asana making a nice move to the downside today, back under the 200-day moving average and around $15. I think 15 holds tomorrow, but if the stock doesn't hold 15, that is possibly a big short tomorrow to take advantage of. Maybe not a big short, but at least something to take advantage of if 15 is not holding on the bid tomorrow. HPE is that $18. It's either above 18 or it's just gonna eat ass. So watch HPE. I don't care about trading it below 18, but if it does get above 18, I'll watch it. CoreWeave is going to 200. Best believe it. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't want to predict. I don't care to predict. I'll just be watching it patiently to give me that beautiful short opportunity, expecting that to be somewhere around Thursday, Friday, or even next week. So just waiting patiently for that short setup on CoreWeave whenever it shows up the first red day. Not like I'm gonna trade it well anyways. I'm probably gonna shit the bed on that setup anyways and lose money, so who cares? Who fucking cares? Reddit had a little bit of a move up today. I don't think I care about Reddit at all after that tiny pop for a day trade or a swing trade, so maybe just leave it in there and not really care too much about it. And I guess that is honestly all she wrote. I don't see anything else that I really need to talk about. The main ones are in purple: watching PL, MongoDB, Circle, IPO, CRDO, CoreWeave. ELF is more so for the swing account, sorry, so I'll cut that down from purple. Everything in purple is for the day trade. Everything in orange is kind of for the day and for the swing trade. And we basically talked about most of the important stuff for tomorrow. Anything on the econ calendar? I don't think you have enough tickers on your watch list. You know what? I was actually thinking the same. So let's go see what our good friends over at Centerpoint have for us. MCTR, that's a name that we could throw on the watch list. I'm joking. I'm trolling. Spotify was up today. I think, what was it, JP Morgan came out and put a couple stocks out there that are potentially worth getting added to the S&P 500 index, and Robinhood was one of those names. However, Robinhood got absolutely destroyed and pushed back down. I did talk about ASTS. I just don't care too much about ASTS. I don't think there's a very simple setup over here. This is way too much of a one-shot move, so I'm not looking to take the breakout tomorrow. There could be some sort of a weakness around this area to give you a short back into this midpoint candle. I just don't care. I really don't care about this action. If the stock is holding above 29 very clearly, then yeah, maybe there is a long. So I need to see the stock go like this and then create some sort of a better pattern for me to really get excited about. Just from today's candle, I don't know what to do with the stock tomorrow. So it's on the watch list. I just don't care too much about it. I more so care about, you know, the earnings names. That's where my best trades are usually from. That's where I'm able to make money. These random garbage names that pop out of nowhere without any real catalyst, some bullshit fucking news comes out and they just pop up. I never really make any money on these, so it's not worth my time, my headache. But if it does hold above 29, maybe there's a setup to 33 that you can take advantage of. But yeah, it's got to be close to 29. QBTS, I've been just ignoring the quantum sector as a whole. I've just been ignoring. I know there's trades on these every day, but there's also trades on other stocks out there too, so I just don't care about the quantum names right now. They could give you some setup, but the volume is dying down big time, so it's just not as high of a priority. I think when a stock like MongoDB is getting activated again, I much rather focus on MongoDB than focus on QBTS when the volume is dying down. It's just the way I trade. You don't have to listen to me and follow me. I just don't like to trade those garbage names anymore. Such a headache. Such a headache. You might be in a winner, and then randomly fucking NVIDIA CEO will come out and say, yeah, quantum is 10 years away. And then 2 months later, he goes out and he hosts a conference call about them. So I just don't care about trading those garbage names anymore. Moving on from them. I'm gonna play some games over here. You guys are more than welcome to stay. Actually, before we go to a game, I was looking at the econ calendar. So let's go to the econ calendar and see what we have tomorrow. No 3-star events? Oh, there is one. There is one 3-star event tomorrow. Where is my dark page? This is a fucking flashbang, dude. Ah! Okay, that was stupid to go click on settings on live stream. I almost doxed myself again. I've done this like a million times. Okay, so there is a 3-star event tomorrow. We have jobless claims at 8:30, so that's going to be important, obviously. Jobless claims, put my name in that list of names too, because I'm jobless. Well, I'm pretty much jobless. I work as a contracted trader, but pretty much jobless, right? So put my name in that list of people. So, this is more American, not Canadian. Anyways, initial jobless claims expecting 236,000. Previous was 240,000, and we'll see how the actual sets up. There are a couple 2-star events tomorrow, but not any that stand out to me as a big number to keep an eye out for and could move the market. For example, Atlanta Fed GDP could move the market if it comes out as a big surprise, but I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot. Fed member Harker talking at the 1:30. Keep an eye out for that one. But most important, once again, repeating it, is the initial jobless claims that's coming out at the same time as the export import numbers from 8:30 to, that's pretty much it, 8:30 and 1 o'clock. Yeah, that's awesome. 8:30, 1 o'clock. Don't have to worry about extra curricular, not extracurricular, extra econ events that could ruin our day trade for us. Okay, chat, let's embarrass myself here. Oh, sound and no other letters. Oh. Well, I guess I knew S wasn't the first word. Why did I try that again? So we got S, we got A. This is not an H. Flask? Nope. No S, no M, O, U, N, D, F, L, or K. The last two words are A and S. Huh. What in the world? Clasp? No, but there's no L. A 5-letter word with the A and an S. You guys have any idea? No, no L. I mean, we gotta try something. Zeast? Is Zeast a word? No. Yeast. Ah, I figured it out. No, god damn it. Okay, so it's not a Y or a T. It's a EAS. No OUNDSLHYFT. It's not trash. Beast. Oh, it's not beast. Ah. BEAST, but T is not the last word. You're out, Dieter. Catch you later, Dieter. Catch you later, my guy. Thanks for coming as always. Much love. What am I missing? Okay, well, it's not beast. Quest? Oh, no, it can't be quest. The last letter is there is no T. So anything gray means it's not it. It's not it. JVS head out too. JVS, catch you later, my guy. Always appreciate you showing up. And quest is also Quest. These three letters are EAS. Are you sure it's a Y at the end? No, there is no Y at all because we tried Y. There is no Y. There is no T. We got 2 more tries. Just gotta try something right now, right? Pest? No. No T. No T. Geese? Geas? No. Grease? No. Nothing with Quest. Weas? Okay, you know what? Let's just try some 2 new letters. Not in the dictionary. What could this be? Measly. Ah, that could be it. No. That's not 5 letters. What in the heck could it be, dude? Oh my god, please don't tell me this is it. No. Gare? Or is it bear? No. Did I try G and a R? That's not a fucking word. Okay, we're gonna have to cheat, chat. 5-letter word with a blank EAS blank. It could be C's. Oh my god, you're telling me we should have just tried another E at the end. Okay, well, cheating got us where we needed to be, or cheating got me where I needed to be, but boy, well, I'm pretty sure we could have done that without cheating, but you know what? Just means we gotta do more and more and more of these, okay? Just gotta do more and more and more of these. and we'll get better. Another quick game over here that I'm gonna play before. That was satisfying. Well, you know what? It made me feel stupid. Here's another game that I like to play right before going to bed. Is playing a 5-round match of World Guesser. You know, you become a little bit better at learning the world by playing games like this, honestly. This looks like, okay, first read the street name, Rua Rocha Lores. So that automatically sounds like I'm not trying to be racist, right? But like a South American name, Mexican name, Colombian name, these building letters, right? La Santa Irene, Salao, Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is Brazil. So I don't need to even go any further. That's a church right there. You know, they are Christians in Brazil most of the time. If I go somewhere over here, I might see some more cool stuff. What is this? Santa Misas. Wait a minute. Is this San Francisco? Am I screwed by thinking this is Brazil? Colegio São Francisco de Assis. I mean, am I screwed now thinking this is Brazil? It said Sao Paulo. You know what? We're gonna try our luck, chat. It said Sao Paulo. Let's see if we can find Sao Paulo here in Brazil. Where is Sao Paulo? There it is. Oh, we were so close. It was actually in Maringa. We were close. Country, we got the country right. That's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters. Mike Wales coming in and helping us out with the answer. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. Where were you when we actually needed you, huh, Mike? Okay, so this is, I'm guessing, Europe. You know, Middle Eastern, Czech Republic. These not Czech Republic, like Ukraine, maybe Czech Republic too. This letters over here seems Ukraine. These street signs stream European to me. Can I find a flag somewhere? Let's see if I can find a flag, and that would honestly, wild berries. I'm guessing that's a store. Any flag. If I see a Ukraine flag or like a Czech Republic flag, that would be a dead giveaway, and then it would make my guessing so much easier. But just right off of the bat, just by reading the street signs and the road name, I can guess right off the bat that this is for sure somewhere in the Middle East, right next to Russia. Like you can say you know, Ukraine, Estonia, you know, some of the countries over there in the Europe countries. So I just need a flag, guys. I just need a flag. I cheat, okay? I'm a cheater. If I find a flag, it makes my game 10 times easier. But sadly, I'm not finding any flags. I'm seeing a lot of white people. More for a reason why it sounds like it's Europe to me. Just white people everywhere. Wait, didn't we see the same lady all the way up here? That's crazy. Okay, so just white people everywhere. I'm not complaining. Look, I'm not being racist. I'm just observing. Okay, I'm observing. This is an observation game. Has nothing to do with racism. Only stereotypes. Okay, so we got a Renault. So more of a reason why it's Europe. Oh, look at that. The Renault car going back as we are going back too. Probably because it's stuck behind this car. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm not finding any flag. I think I'm in a residential area. One thing I did notice is, you know, residential areas in Europe don't have as many of their country flags as much as Americans do. So you Americans are absolutely batshit crazy. That's what that means. You Americans are batshit crazy, and you guys need your flag hanging out your house every goddamn day. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and guess. I don't think this is Poland. Okay, maybe this is... No, I don't think this is Poland. Maybe you're right. You know what? I'm gonna say Georgia. It was Moscow. It was Russia. Oh my god, I did not think this would be Russia at all. Okay, we got one country wrong out of 2. We got fields. This just straight up looks like America to me. America. And this is not America. This is Japan. This is Japan. Why'd they put me in the goddamn fields, dude? How am I supposed to find anything if you put me in the fucking fields? This man looks Japanese to me. That's Japanese. Oh, baby. Japan. Where is Japan? Japan. Oh, baby. I'm so smart, dude. Just by looking at the just by the language is Russian, it is. Just by looking at the car company, I immediately recognized that that car is not made in America, in Canada, and instantly figured out that that was a Japanese car. Okay, what the fuck is this? This is like a Muslim country. This is a Muslim. Turkey. 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 Boom. Turkey, baby. Turkey. Next. Last but not least, we got one country wrong. Oh, baby, I don't even need to look around. I know exactly where we are. This is my sweet home, India, baby. This might be Tamil. Tamil, yeah, it might be neighboring country or neighboring states to me. I think this is Tamil. I'll tell you 100% what, this is India. So I know for a fact. Now it just comes down to where, okay, you know what? We're gonna say Bengaluru. Oh, so close. So close, so close. Look at that blue sign, Korea. What are you talking about, dude? There was no Korea in our game at all. We got one thing wrong, and that was number 2. I guessed Georgia, and it was Russia. Everything else, we were pretty damn close with guessing them, and that will be the end of today's gaming. Oh, Auto Palam. Maybe we could have easily guessed that had I just seen the sign. Damn it, did not see that sign. All right, that's GG, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out. I had fun playing some games over here at the end of the night. We need to do that more. I used to play chess and stuff like that. That used to be some good wind down session, some entertainment session. We need to do more of that. Yeah, catch you guys tomorrow. No IPOs to talk about, but still lots of earnings names tomorrow. AVGO IPO after hours. So make sure you tune in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, check out the links in the description for my affiliate sponsors. Have a great time on the market tomorrow. TraderPrad out. Peace. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.